Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talk. So I want to talk about this goddess worship, right? But also this witchcraft that we see in the media, in the satanic media, which people are being subjected to. And many don't realize or don't believe that it is possible. Being that people are being unwittingly corrupted, turned into hateful people by the Hegelian dialectic of the mainstream corporate media and the reactionary alternative media. The two extreme reactions. It's two things I want to talk about, and both are related, and I want to explain it with this example of the Hershey chocolate bar advert. You've probably seen something about it. Hershey put out an advert for International Women's Day featuring a trans woman, a man who's changed into a woman, and this chocolate bar, they have renamed it to the Hershey bar. Right? And I don't give a monkeys about their stupid advert or their stupid chocolate bar. I have no interest. I don't hate the people in the advert. I don't hate anybody. I've just no interest in it. And that is not the response that these people want. The people who created it. You see, it was created to get a reaction. They want a reaction one way or the other. Either they want you to be brainwashed and think, men are all bad, women are perfect, transgender is normalized, etc., etc. Or alternatively, they want you to react very negatively to it in an overly exaggerated, angry way, usually encouraged by provocative social media posts by alternative media pundits, tailored to get you to react angrily or hatefully, okay? Which is what a lot of these so-called alternative media people do. They never really explain what this might actually be all about. They just react. And in this example, and ones like it, they use the label woke, right? Woke, when this is really all about the promotion of goddess worship. This is pagan goddess worship. And once again, it goes right back to ancient Roman times, to ancient Egypt, and that's because it is anti-God. Anti-God of the Bible. They don't want to talk about the Bible, alternative media or mainstream media. These people, they just want to react and avoid talk of Jesus and Bible. So they use the word woke, but it's anti-God. God is the Father in the Bible. So they want you to worship the Mother. We'll get into that in a moment. But I believe this is witchcraft. This advert is witchcraft. But it's not really the actual advert itself, it's what they do with it on social media afterwards and how it's promoted. It works two ways. First off, it's created to propagandize goddess worship, LGBTQ, androgyny. It's just one of literally thousands of things like this. We see all of the companies and corporations get behind this, the rainbow flag, etc., etc., because the whole system is the beast system, and we are seeing strategies being employed to create order out of chaos, and they want a one world religion. And they seem to either want this, what you see in these adverts, or if that's not possible, a violent reaction to it, right? So this is just one advert. But look at all of the attention it's received. And all of that attention it's getting is coming mostly from the reactionary videos against it, like these ones, right? So they're just laughing at it, ridiculing it, riling people up about it, getting them angry. And then most of its viral views have come from this form of content, when if it was just ignored, it wouldn't have any kind of effect. You wouldn't even know about it probably. This is what I believe is called an egregore. An egregore is a form of witchcraft coming at you through the satanic media. An egregore is also called a thought form. It's an occult concept representing a non-physical entity that arises from the collective thoughts of a distinct group of people. It says here that it is also called chaos magic, as in, order out of chaos. It says here in more recent times, the concept has referred to a psychic manifestation or a thought form which occurs when any group shares a common motivation being made up of and influencing the thoughts of the group. So basically, we have an advert which could have come out and people could have looked at it and said, oh, what a load of old shite that is. Ignore that. Let's not give it any attention. End of story. Nobody cares. But no, we get this dedicated army of alternative media people who then talk about it, react to it, share it, get people to feel strongly negative against it, which then engages the people who are brainwashed to feel positive towards it. It gets them to defend it, and it creates this energy of attention around it. And they then believe, by making it this big talking point, a big controversy online, and getting loads of people's attention, good or bad, towards it, it enters into the collective consciousness of the public, and they believe that what you think can then be transformed and manifested into reality. So on a collective basis, they believe that if we get people thinking about this, good or bad, it will bring it about in reality. This is the idea. This is what they believe. And this is why you get these reactionary, oh, this is outrageous, look at this, types of videos and social media posts over and over again. One side is overly positive, the other is overly negative, Hegelian dialectic media, two extreme oppositional views playing the masses, or at least playing those who are viewing this crap. Now, I don't like this crap. I've got no interest in it. Why am I talking about it? Well, in this video, yes, I am talking about it, but I'm trying to explain the witchcraft behind it with the reactionary videos and how this is a honey trap. They draw attention to it for it to become more powerful, and they want it to get more exposure so it can, as they believe, be manifested into reality. And this is what they believe. An egregor, a thought form. And this is the tactic you see now with all kinds of stuff on social media. And the media, for this particular advert and many like it, will use the word woke with this type of thing. Woke. But what it really is them trying to condition the public to a new religious establishment, an antichrist religion, which goes all the way back to ancient pagan religions and the worship of the goddess, back to ancient Rome, back to Egypt, and so forth. My last few videos, All Roads Lead to Rome, you know, people take this title literally, right? It goes way back, as I said in the videos, back to the beginning of the world. It's just evolved, it's changed and adapted. That's why you have similar symbols. People saying in the comments, it's not an eagle, it's a phoenix. It's an anti-God, antichrist religion that was fully realized with Rome. And it was taken from all the ones before. That's why those symbols are still in use today from the Roman Empire. And this goddess worship is part of that, because God is the Father and they want you to worship the goddess, okay? The opposite. Why do you think the Roman Catholic Church are so obsessed with the Virgin Mary? Always encouraging people to pray to Mary, worship Mary as opposed to Jesus, because it's goddess worship in disguise, going back to their ancient Roman pagan roots. The Roman Empire worshipped multiple gods: Jupiter, Juno, Minerva, Diana, lots of goddesses. And then we have Isis. Egyptians adored Isis, it says here, divine protector of the dead, for 2 millennia before her cult spread beyond the Nile to the rest of the Roman Empire. Okay, the goddess Isis was popular with ancient Rome. They adopted it from Egypt. It's goddess worship. Here we see the wings of Isis, which symbolizes a bird of prey. So again, very like the eagle we've been talking about. These symbols and beliefs have all been amalgamated over time. And it was the Roman Empire that took them and formulated them into a more coherent international form, which is what we see today with all of these logos and symbols. So this transgenderism was also very much a thing with pagan goddess worship. Here we see gender blurring in pagan worship, cross-dressing existed, it says, in ancient pagan worship, prominent being that of the Babylonian Ishtar, right? Another goddess with wings. The Israelites in their apostasies worshipped this goddess under the name of Ashtoreth and by the title Queen of Heaven, which is what the Roman Catholic Church call Mary, don't they? You see what I mean? So it continues here. It says, about ancient female-centered religions, goddess worship, and sexuality, it says a sense of fluidity was attached to sexuality and gender expression, which led to validation and even honouring of androgyny, bisexuality, homosexuality, and transgenderism. Research has shown that cross-culturally and transhistorically, homosexuality and transgenderism have often been associated with priests, priestesses, and devotees who were dedicated to goddess worship. And this is what you're seeing now. This is why it's being promoted everywhere. And all of these religions have goddess worship. Hinduism, Buddhism, and in the Kabbalah, you have the divine feminine. You may have heard of this from New Age gurus, New Age movement. The divine feminine is a big thing with the Lucis Trust. Yes, the Lucis Trust, Lucifer Publishing, the Luciferian spiritual foundation of the United Nations. They are into the 7 rays of light, similar to the chakras, which links up with the Kabbalah. Jewish mysticism. The Kabbalah is underpinning all of this New Age movement. It's the thing that is stealthily promoted through entertainment, through Hollywood, in the movies. I mean, check out all of these multiverse movies that have been out recently, over the last 5 years or whatever. They are all pushing same concepts, with the same superheroes acting as Roman pagan gods. This multiverse comes from the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah is a reinterpretation of the Bible. This is where quantum physics comes from, or the idea of it to explain a load of gobbledygook to you from the likes of jazz hands Neil deGrasse Tyson. All of it at its core, its aim is to tell you that there is no God, no Jesus, and you are but a speck in a multi-dimensional universe, la-di-da. So you have the science angle underpinned by the Kabbalah. But Kabbalah also has the divine feminine. They have a tree of life, the chakras, etc. As I was saying, you will see this stuff mentioned in New Age movement. They won't usually say it's from Kabbalah. You know, the different yoga positions to harvest energy to certain areas. They might talk about Kundalini, the serpent power, breath work, meditation. This all ties up with this 7 rainbow colours for the 8 colours for the chakras or whatever, etc., etc. This is Kabbalah and the tree of life. This thing here, right? There are elements of this in Buddhism, Hinduism, right? I mean, you can imagine this being a central focus of the one world religion. This is why you get so much of this type of thing pushed in the mainstream media. Your Wim Hofs, your Russell Brands, your Eckhart Tolles, on mainstream TV like Oprah, in America, transcendental meditation, inner energy fields and all of that jazz. This is why it's been pushed for decades. There are elements of Kabbalah in all of these things, and all of these different religions. Now you see this tree, the Kabbalah tree. The left side is the masculine and the right side is the feminine. And those in the middle is the merging of the two, the merging of male and female. Then you have the Shekinah, right? The divine feminine, integrating the feminine and the masculine, mixing, merging the two, Shekinah. This is just another example of these ancient pagan goddess worship religions in another form, for another market. This one is in the movies and the New Age movement. And this is what they are attempting to groom the public, the masses, into accepting. And they are anti-God. They are anti-Christ. This is why you have all of this gobbledygook with the pronouns. You know, don't call me a man, don't call me a woman nonsense. And the constant LGBTQ propaganda. It's the mixing of genders, the confusion of genders, the blending of genders. Goddess worship as opposed to God worship. And it's across all nationalities. It's across all different religions. They all seem to be infiltrated. So many people that say in the comments, it's Israel. No, it's Rome. It's an eagle. No, it's the Phoenicians. You're looking to pick on one thing. It's all of them. This is the beast system. And this here, this chocolate bar advert is just one tiny thing, one tiny part of it. And it is anti-God, it is anti-Christ. And the alternative media, as I said at the start, are weaponizing and corrupting the minds of those who have common sense, who do question what's going on. This is something to watch for. This is why I say disengage from the internet, or at least be aware of the game that is being played, the two-sided game. To achieve chaos, you manufacture an extreme reaction on one side and another on the other side. An extreme reaction on both diametrically opposed sides, and then sit back and watch the chaos. They are playing people against one another. They're wind-up merchants, basically. Again, this is a complex thing to talk about in a video. I hope it comes across as understandable. I'll leave you with this one. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. As always, thanks for listening. Come and subscribe to the website hugotalks.com, and I'll see you later.